Buddy, TK here, TK and Drinks. We got another Inside the Mead Maker Studio coming at you today. We're going to be speaking with Mr. Jeremy Klausing of Klausing Mead Company out of Indiana today. Hopefully he can join me in. We can get him linked up. I got a good solid internet connection today, and looking forward to speaking with Jeremy. So I do have a little new intro for Inside the Mead Maker Studio, so I should probably run that, start practicing getting into that because I always forget to do my intros. So welcome to Inside the Mead Maker Studio, your source for in-depth interviews in the mead world. So join me as we explore the art and science behind the beloved honey beverage, as well as the stories behind the people who bring it to life. So step in and get the buzz. So I like that. Hopefully that ends up being the catchphrase and I can remember to do that. Sorry if it's kind of loud. We got some partying people next door. It is how it is. We like the partying people. They keep buying the mead, right? So tonight I'm going to be speaking with Mr. Jeremy Klausing. Anybody, please let me know you can hear me. I'm hoping that everybody can hear me out there. Boom. Mr. Klausing. Be in the video, the request connection. My fancy mead glass today. Oh, sound is perfect. Excellent. Thank you, John. Ooh, I've got some audio from Mr. Jeremy, but I don't have any video.
How's it going?
I'm doing phenomenal. How are you doing tonight, brother?
Good.
I can hear you, but I cannot see you. Can you see me?
I can see you, yeah.
Oh, well, this is rather odd. I guess I get to stare at myself through an interview. This would be really interesting to make segue connections. Oh, hey, I guess as long as everybody else can see both. Yeah, hey, if everybody else can see us, that's the business. We could just do it straight up podcast style. So, again, thank you for joining me tonight. Always appreciate talking to you, getting to spend time in your presence. You're a super cool person, and you do a lot of great stuff for the mead community and your community in general.
Appreciate it. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. Tonight I am sipping on a Klausing Mead, my very coveted bottle of I Simply Am Not Here, or Simply Am Not There, which was a blackcurrant, blueberry, banana, maple, cinnamon, vanilla. And this one is probably one of my favorites. I'm hoping this one is one that can eventually become a commercial one when you guys head that route.
Yeah, that's hopefully the idea on that one. It's also potentially going to be something similar. Will be coming out as a collab with Second City.
Yes.
So
I think you posted about that relatively recently.
I remember us talking about it. It's not out yet. It's being aged in a Death Tar. That's Tar. I forget how to say it, but Revolution Brewing. That's Death Tar barrel.
Oh, okay. That sounds wild and crazy.
Yeah, it's been aging for probably close to a year now.
That's gonna be so sweet and smooth.
Yeah,
I'm dying for that.
We tasted it last time we were in town, and it was tasting really good, really smooth, clean. You get a little bit of the stout on the nose and on that first sip. So excited.
Yeah, that stout barrel aging is probably one of my favorites. Like I like the rye barrel ones and the whiskey barrel ones when they're done right. But the stout ones have a special place in my heart. They just add that like extra chocolatey and earthy character to it that you don't get from those, spirit barrels.
Yeah, definitely. I love those.
Yeah, me too. Well, since the last time we've talked, a little bit has changed in your world. You guys are in the process of going commercial, applying for licensing and getting all that stuff lined up. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you about, because I know there's so many people out there that are always curious about what the process is for becoming a commercial mead maker and going through all those steps and everything. So I was hoping you could just, give us a little insight here and there about just the process in general. We don't need to, break out my green tax accountant visor and break out your books and everything like that. Well, see here, Mr. Klausing, I see that you've got this much in the black today. We don't need to do any of that, but I always appreciate a little bit of insight for everybody. So when did you guys actually start the official commercial process, applying for licenses and looking for spots and whatnot?
Uh, I don't even remember. I mean, we haven't applied for any licenses yet, just because that's
Oh,
um, the process started, I'd say, early last year, or not early, late last year.
okay.
Um, we kind of just kept looking around for, uh, you know, places to lease, rent in our
Mm,
neighborhood in Indianapolis. And the more we kept looking, the more we realized commercial real estate and leasing is expensive.
ooh,
Um,
yeah.
so we were taking our time and we found a piece of land in our neighborhood
Mhm.
and we're like, how about we just build and own and, do it from the ground up for ourselves instead of paying, someone else for their
Right.
property and for rent. So right now we own a piece of land. It's a tiny piece of land. It's empty. And we're currently working with a architect to finalize kind of the commercial um, building plans. We got approval from Indianapolis to build the meadery. So we got
Nice.
rezoning and variances all approved. We're in East Street in downtown Indianapolis.
Okay.
So it's kind of
Now is
like
that?
zoned. It's zoned like residential commercial.
Oh,
So we're next to a house and an Airbnb. So we kind of have to be a little more strict on the commercial zoning and building plans for that in order to like fire code on next to the house,
right.
being so close. Just a lot of things that we didn't think of when we first
Sure.
got started.
Is
It's
it
definitely
going to is it going to be a production only facility, or will it have like a tap room there as well?
it'll be both. Um,
Wow.
mainly production. It'll be 2 floors. Second floor is going to be mainly like office space, maybe a kitchen
Sure.
if we decide to do that in the future. But first
Nice.
floor is it's about 1,800 square feet each floor. So the first floor would be 1,200 square foot tap room, production
Nice.
space or so, and then the rest of it, it's about 600 square foot for the tap room. It'll be cozy, kind of intimate. We're
I
going for
like that.
like a like a don't want to say speakeasy vibe, but we're going for like a something different.
Not your
Something.
traditional wine bar meaderies. Not something that you see a lot of in our world.
Yeah, we want something like New Orleans
Oh yeah. Yes.
vibe, kind of dive like a sexy dive bar essentially.
Yes.
That's possible.
No. No. I know. I'm here for it. I totally get the vibe you guys are going for. I think that's a phenomenal route to go. It's something that isn't even, I think, really represented in any meaderies. There's a handful that have specific kind of styles, but nothing that quite that sexy dive bar. I know exactly what you're saying. That kind of New Orleans. Is it dirty? Is it not dirty? It's a place that just kind of draws you in. It's like a Cheers type, but like a with a New Orleans twist.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's kind of what we're going through. Obviously,
Nice.
we're currently rebranding or getting all of our logo redesign and everything. I posted kind of a teaser the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of playing up the New Orleans Southern vibe along with the continuing with the cats
Yeah.
and the magnolia flower to go play on our daughter Magnolia.
Right.
So um,
That's cool. And I definitely like the theme. I'm not sure what the cat's name is. I always just call him Lucifer because of
yeah,
the one logo and everything. But I like that you're carrying the theme of the cats over to the commercial side. Obviously, you're gonna doctor it up, make it a little more user friendly, so to speak. But
yeah,
it's cool because I'm assuming you guys are going to continue to have anybody who I'm assuming has lived under a bridge who's here because everybody's a giant Klausing fan knows that you guys donate and do tons of projects with a local animal shelter. I don't know if it's cat specific, but you guys do a lot of stuff with it with a local cat adoption shelter place, and it's always awesome. So it's cool to see you carrying that through to your with your commercial brand.
yeah. We'll still have obviously. I think someone said no more kitty logo, no more emo kitty.
Yeah, there we go. No
So
more emo kitty. Yeah.
no more emo kitty, but we'll have kitty logo. It's it'll be like an ear-tipped kitty to play on the community cats,
Nice.
which is, a lot of our charity work goes towards community cats, because we have 4 ourselves
Right.
that just showed up to our front door one time over the years. So that'll be a focus, obviously. Moving forward, obviously we love cats, so that we'll continue a cat as a logo, just not the emo kitty that kind of.
Yeah, right.
One question I get a lot is like, "What's wrong with the cat? Why is the cat crying?" So I won't have to answer that question anymore.
Exactly. Like I said, something a little more user friendly. You can only be answering questions, not about the logo. Let's answer questions about the product.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love the cat. I love the original cat.
Oh, yeah.
We'll continue that with a Mead logo or label, whatever. But
right, maybe club bottles will have that hidden on there as a little like Easter egg or something.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Do you plan on having a Mead club or starting one of those to help with the funding and stuff? Because I have a ton of people, myself at the top of the list, waiting.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a heavy focus for us.
Excellent.
That'll be probably the main thing we do. Obviously, tap room will be second
Sure.
in our minds, because obviously we're not quitting our day jobs. So we're gonna, we'll have tap room open maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and holidays or something.
Sure.
So,
and I think most people understand that with the these meaderies like you guys are in the kind of smaller mom and pop places, for lack of a better term. You have to work around your work schedules and stuff like that. I mean, the goal is always to be able to have it become a successful business, so you can potentially leave the day job and have it be your full-time thing. But a lot of people get it. Now, here's a fantastic question coming in from Weeping Willows Meads. What will your flavors represent a different cat's name? Oh yeah, how are you going to name your ones? You're going to continue with your really cool, unique naming schemes for the ones that you are planning on bringing over from the homebrew world, or are you going to kind of just revamp all that as well?
we'll keep all the names, similar vibes for labels. I've slowly been transitioning towards photography labels that are commercially approved. So the last 10 batches or so that I've made are commercially
friendly, that
I could use, and that I don't have to worry about getting a cease and desist from Adventure Time or Anthony Bourdain's family, or things like that. So we'll keep the names, because a lot of the names are either like pop culture
references,
movie, TV references, or music, techno, EDM, other songs that I'm enjoying while I make the meads. So I can keep those, but the Adventure Time
likeness rights might be a little bit hard to work past those. Unfortunately, they can get away with that in the beer world significantly easier. Over here in the wine and mead world, we kind of get stomped on a bit.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, and as for the cats, we'll do. I kind of want to do local cats. Have either like a series or sessions where the labels one of local cats, and we'll do a lot of, obviously, donations to the cat charities. There's a few, Face Animal Clinic locally, or Indy Neighborhood Cats is another big one in Indy. So that'll be a focus for sure moving forward.
How far is the place you guys bought from like where you guys live? Is it? I mean, because you guys live in Indianapolis, is it there in Indy as well? You said it was on.
It's on East Street.
There. Yeah,
East Street. It's about 1.5 miles downtown from the Circle, and like Lucas Oil. We live a 5-minute walk from the lot.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas! So it's like right there. That'll make it convenient for like getting stuff done. Like it makes it a lot easier to do a late night when you don't have to have like a 45-minute drive on top of that.
Oh yeah, I just walk there. It's
right. Stumble, swizzle in and swagger out, or stumble out or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll definitely make everything much easier, quicker, more convenient, especially for bottle pickups when we are offering a membership.
Right.
Just come whenever, and we're down the road.
No, no, that's definitely legit way to do things.
Yeah.
So do you guys have like a date you're planning on opening, or have you guys officially began like remodeling or construction? Is any of that underway, or have you guys just like recently acquired the property and you're still dialing in all those other things?
So I forget when we acquired the property, but it was earlier this year.
Mhm.
The next step was rezoning. It was zoned commercial C1, but that didn't allow for a brewery meadery.
Ooh.
So we had to rezone it to C3 for Indianapolis. And we had to file for variances to build a smaller building closer to houses. So that got
Gotcha.
approved. They lost our paperwork. So that should have taken like 3 weeks. It took 3 months.
Oh, good Lord.
We had the building plans ready, and then
Yeah.
had some delays with that. And now we're working with a commercial architect to finalize everything. And then that should hopefully be done by this month. And then once
Nice.
that's done, we can start working with contractors and banks to finance and start breaking ground.
And all the while, like either paying on the land or, having to make something, happen with that land while it's just sitting there.
Yeah, and it's empty. We own it outright already.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey, that's fucking legit.
So we have barrels. We have some barrels and some plants on an empty lot just to kind of let the neighborhood
Hanging out.
know that we're coming. It's not just empty. It's been empty for 10, 15 years. So it'll be
Oh,
nice.
wow. Now, did you guys go like introduce yourself to any of the neighbors, or because I'm assuming that if they haven't already, once everything gets going, they're gonna have to put up like one of those public work signs, the big neon green or orange signs that says, "Hey, this is what's coming here," and do like a city council meeting, or maybe they already did. But did you guys go to your neighbors and introduce yourselves and kind of say, "Hey, this is what's happening"?
Yeah. Yeah, we did a
Nice.
introduction to the neighborhood association. We did, a letter and other info to the city of Indianapolis. But
Nice.
the neighborhood association, we go to the meetings
Cool.
all the time because
Cool.
we're in the neighborhood, so they're
Oh
aware.
yeah,
They're
that makes
excited.
sense.
They sent a letter of approval or support to the
Gotcha.
city of Indianapolis for us.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, we already had one of the signs, those orange signs that said, "Hey, like
Yeah.
something's going to come here. If you want to know what it is, come to the meeting and approve it or deny it."
Yeah.
But that was pretty easy. There was no
Nice.
pushback.
No
But
Karens showed up screaming, "You're not going to put alcohol in my backyard."
no, yeah, so someone
Nice.
reached out and just kind of was concerned that we'd be open
Maybe had
late.
some long hours or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which we won't. Obviously, we have
Yeah.
a 9-month-old at
I was
home.
gonna say, yeah. You guys are definitely some pretty reasonable people when it comes to that.
Yeah.
We do have some questions rolling in here. Hotel Tango has a house cat collab in the far future. I'm assuming Hotel Tango is a local
Local
brewery?
distillery. Yeah,
Oh,
local distillery.
distillery. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yes, that would be cool.
yeah,
Some sort of honey distilled, mead distilled something. That would be rad.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I volunteer with Face, and they do a muck cup, and their Hotel Tango's their main sponsor with all their spirits. But I've already reached out to a few local distilleries
Oh,
for their
nice.
barrels. So
You're
possible
making,
future collabs to use one of my barrels to age, a gin or a bourbon or something in a used mead barrel. So those are
yes,
those are definitely things on the roadmap. They do 53-gallon barrels. Obviously, I'm not
quite there
there yet.
yet.
I do. Biggest one I've done is a 30-gallon barrel, which is another Indiana distillery, Old 55
Oh, okay.
has, and they're pretty well known. So that'll definitely be something we'll love to, collaborate and work closely. We have a lot of distilleries in Indianapolis, 3 or 4,
Yeah.
just,
Oh, that's
just like within 10 minutes of my house.
oh,
So
dude, that's rad. And anybody who's again been following you for a while knows that you're big on the collabs in the mead world. So just to see that you continue that it doesn't surprise me to see that you would continue that into your, commercial ventures as well.
yeah.
We got a question here. What did you learn from all of those, speaking of meadery collabs? Super cool to see you, a home brewer, doing that. Your meads are fire. I agree with Mr. Kyle up there. Yeah. So what would you say the biggest takeaway from doing all these collabs with the commercial mead makers is that's benefiting you now that you're going professional?
Uh, I mean, it was just nice to see kind of I've been to their location, see their setup, see kind of like the equipment they use. So it was good to see that the similar processes that I've been following, they do, you know, other things that maybe I didn't know
Right.
about, about going, upscaling. It's good to kind of see that.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just good to get into those places, make those friends and connections, and just
Yeah.
have them. It's great to have them like to lean on as we go through this process. And hey, is this
Right.
normal?
Right.
Why is
Absolutely.
this happening? So it's good to have those connections, but it's also just good to learn that what I'm doing is not too far off from what they're doing. So it's good to see that we're on the right track.
Right. It's that affirmation that you're doing everything that the people that you look up to that are doing a commercial, you're doing the same thing. So it kind of affirms that you're doing it the right way, so to speak, or at least the way that you want to be doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
Looks like looks like
definitely great.
Mama Bear says here that you're planning to be open before Taylor Swift comes to town next year. Of
Yeah,
course.
she's coming to Indy for 3 dates, and she wants to have the meadery open and have a party for those that
Oh,
can't go to the concert. So
that
we'll see.
would be wild. The neighbors are looking forward to the tap room opening up. I would imagine they would be. Anybody who's in the area, I'm sure, is aware your guys is going on, like you're saying. Jeremy's Mead era. Yes.
That's
Um,
another Taylor Swift reference. Yeah.
oh,
Um,
I'm so out of the Taylor Swift game. I apologize.
but yeah, we lived in the neighborhood for 5+ years, and
Hmm.
every year we're like, when's the brewery going to open up? When are we going to get a bar or something that we enjoy going to? And,
Yeah.
COVID hit, and I kind of got more into making mead, and then
Right.
as it moved on, we're like, okay, nothing's happening. How about we just do this ourselves? So that's kind of the origin stories of us going commercial. It's kind of
Gotcha.
that we love our neighborhood, and we want to, you know, open something up that we're proud of, and that
Yeah.
other, the neighbors would love to visit.
Now, you said you mentioned there's a couple distilleries, about 4 distilleries in the area. Do you have any other breweries or wineries in the area, or is it kind of like a winery desert out there? I mean, I'm not sure how well grapes grow there.
We used to have a meter. We used to have New Day. They closed in the past year or two. So that was the only meadery in Indianapolis. They're no longer here.
That's
We
a bummer.
have a ton of breweries within a 10, 15-mile radius.
Oh, nice.
I don't even know how. I don't even
Too
want
many to name and
to
count.
estimate 20, 30.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, probably more than that within the city limits of Indianapolis because it's such a big, circle.
Oh,
But
sure, yeah.
it's definitely a big brewery city.
Saturated
Um,
just like everywhere else
yeah,
is.
yeah. So, but the wineries we have like Easley Winery. They do a lot of sweeter stuff. We have
Right.
Peace Water Winery. They make their wine in California, I think, and ship it to Indianapolis. And they have like a Carmel and downtown Indy location. They do all their stuff is dry, so there's no like, we're kind of in the middle of like, dry, sweet, semi-sweet.
Yeah.
We can make wine. We can make cider. There's Ash and Elm cider in Indianapolis. They're making phenomenal stuff. Great people.
Cool.
So there's
So
definitely
you
like a,
definitely guys are gonna be in good company then.
yeah, definitely.
Got you. Um, Somebody said that I see here, bearded Barney Brews building next to a mortuary, embracing for a traditional dark Nordic Viking vibe and new age atmosphere. Are you guys next to a mortuary?
Uh, Next corner is it's a funeral home. I don't think
Oh, cool.
they're open anymore.
Oh,
but
Oh, got you. But hey,
we'll have
that,
yeah. I mean, if they are open, then obviously we can, get lots of
I don't know how
people in
you,
from a funeral or something, and
yeah. So I don't know how you work a collab in there, but God, that would be freaking wild. Um,
yeah.
right.
But yeah,
So,
I think they've been closed for a while. So
oh, well, I mean, just to have one on the block though, it's like, yeah, and there's the local mortuary. It's closed down and haunted now, but as one would imagine.
yeah, of
Uh,
course.
of course. So you have the land in the name. You're going through all those steps to get get the building design so you can start getting licensing and permits and everything. What about on the like the back end, all the back of the house stuff? Are you starting to acquire tanks, or are you going to use the what you guys have already for the homebrew setup and just kind of produce with what you have already, or how's all that going?
Uh, haven't started acquiring any tanks or anything yet. We're going to keep it pretty, small batch,
Sure.
30 to 50 gallons. So we'll probably upscale a little, but nothing too crazy with tanks. We'll do a lot of Speedle, 30-gallon plastic fermenters. If you've ever been to any
Yeah.
meadery in the Midwest, or I think a lot of places use those big plastic orange,
Are they like the
clear
kind of
orange.
rectangle shaped
Yeah,
ones?
we'll do a lot
Yeah.
of those. We'll get a few larger tanks for session meads and ciders and
Sure.
wine, but we're definitely going to do, we'll average probably 30 to 50 gallons per batch.
Okay.
Um,
And
375, 200 milliliters. I think I mean, obviously we're still like planning out membership stuff,
sure.
but kind of want to do, 200 milliliters, those sexy skinny
Oh
bottles
yeah.
that a lot of like Manic and Standard offer, and
Hmm.
that's kind of the vibe we want to go to keep it, small batch,
Yeah.
especially for the member bottles, and so that's kind of the plan for that. And then obviously anytime we can make we'll do a lot of barrel aged stuff as well. So that that 30 to 53-gallon batch size will help being able to fill those.
And I'm assuming you're planning on, like, it sounds like since you're not going to be overly upscaling any of your batches, you're going to be continuing with like the same level of quality, the same types of ingredients and everything. Basically, people can expect the same Klausing that they've been getting on the homebrew scale, just now on a commercial, with a commercial label and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's the goal. Obviously, I know
Nice.
sometimes people go commercial and it's hard to upscale and quality drops off a little, but that's we're trying to keep
Well,
it from that
I think it's that they,
from not happening.
sure, yeah. Absolutely. Well, I think a lot of people get into it with the thought of, I mean, whether it's in their own head or something that they pick up from, following other meaderies or something, but they get in their head that they have to get to a certain size. They have to upscale to, you have to have those like variable height tanks and or variable volume tanks and the big bright tanks, and you have to do all this stuff out of the gate. If you're doing what you're doing, somebody, like in your situation, or somebody who's doing, 15 to 30 and 40 gallon batches on a regular basis, there's no reason why you shouldn't just take that step over. It's not like, against the rules to use that same type of equipment. I think that's the way that most people should do it. Continue the same way you've been doing it, just on a commercial scale. Now, whether the, lot fees and leases and all that stuff, I'm sure that plays a part into why some people, change their batches, making them cheaper so they can, get more off the back end. But ultimately, I think everybody would desire to, be able to continue to produce the same quality they were as home brewers on the commercial scale.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that is a lot of the plays into it. The lease, the rent, the costs and
Oh,
everything. So
yeah.
the fact that we're owning the land, building, owning the real estate and the building itself,
Right.
our main goal is to break even, pay that real estate, that building off.
Right.
So the we're, we're able to be more flexible now that we own that. We don't have a lot of investors. We
Right.
don't. I mean, ideally, we don't have any investors. It's just us.
Yeah.
But we'll cross that road if we need to
Oh,
in the
dude,
next couple months. But
I've heard.
we're trying
Yeah.
to keep the costs down as much as possible, so we have the flexibility to make whatever we want as much as we want and to experiment.
And I think it allows you to keep your prices at a much more reasonable, level. Everybody knows that, some of the, the SRAMs, you can get up there $35, $45 for these, 375s, and which is, they're good, and everybody likes that. But when you can see somebody like Manic over there who's also making, like Elliot's for like $24 for a 375 bottle, it's cool to see that, somebody like you is aware that you're not trying to come in with this with a bunch of debt and a bunch of, reasons to inflate, you're already, your prices that are already going to have to reflect the volume of the quality ingredients that you're going to be buying.
Yeah. There's definitely that price point that kind of makes it not feasible for some customers, some people to enjoy or try it. So having that, that flexibility to have something that's not, $80,
$60 for a, yeah. Exactly. I mean, there's a time and place for everything. There's the people out there that buy those, and it's nice to have something like that for those, for lack of a better term, for the whales out there. But it's also nice to have entry level stuff because, as you know, you're going to be having a tap room, and you're going to be advocating to a lot of people who potentially have never had mead before, and a lot of people see that initial sticker shock and get kind of like, ooh, or worst case scenario, I've heard of people like doing tastings and stuff, and poor somebody's like, oh man, this is amazing, let me get a case of this. He's like, well, let's start talking about single bottle prices before we start talking about case prices here.
Yeah, it's definitely it's closer to the luxury wine industry than it is the beer industry. So
but yeah, it is. But I think like I said, I think you guys are in a great spot for that. You guys have in that sugar belt, you already have that niche kind of developed up there. You've got a phenomenal following. I mean, everybody in the comment section here is just waxing prolific about how amazing your meads are. So I think you've done a good job of, front end marketing and, uh, PR to get get yourself in a solid place, which is really, amazing. Seeing how you're you're a home brewer and you have the clout of a lot of more than a lot of commercial meaderies, I would say. So
yeah, we've been
kudos to you guys for that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we've been trying to approach it in a strategic way, kind of taking it step by step. And it's coming slowly, but it's I think it's working out for us.
So what do you guys have you started putting together the bottles that you want and the flavors you want at release time? Have you started coming up with maybe like a release schedule if you want to do like certain flavors seasonally? Have you started building your catalog, so to speak, or defining your catalog, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, I have a set, bottles that I want to make at some point. We don't have necessarily a seasonal release schedule planned out yet, or what member bottles we'll have at the point that we offer the membership. The goal is to ultimately the goal is to, when we offer a membership, we'll have at least one bottle ready to go the day of memberships.
That's impressive.
So that we'll have to plan that out, what works, what we can make in that timeline from whenever we get approved, and temporary, whatever the from the city, from the state, from the federal government, all there's multiple approvals needed.
Yeah.
So we're kind of at the mercy of other people for that, but
mercy of bureaucracy.
Yeah, there's definitely a catalog of meads, recipes that we want to make, and obviously I'm in the process now. I can't sell anything,
right?
So I'm in the process now of just experimenting with lower ABV session meads, wine forward meads, or also just making some wines, because that's going to be something we'll offer. I have a Cab Sauv going. I'm going to make a Sauv Blanc here shortly. So it's kind of we're experimenting more and more with things that we've never done. To get ready to see what works, what doesn't work. Dry versus, sweet, things like that. So
You had a passion fruit cider that was dry that I thought was really delicious. A passion fruit prodigal or something like that. I can't remember. It was delicious. What?
pathological
Yeah,
passion, I forget. Yeah,
yeah, something
that
like
was like a
that.
passion fruit, grapefruit
Yeah, yeah.
cider with some spices and Szechuan peppercorns.
Yes, yes. The Szechuan peppercorns are one of my favorite ingredients you work with. They always give it this like very unique, like kind of tangy. It's like
Yeah,
spicy, but without the heat, and it's got the zippy tang. It's awesome. It's again one of my favorite ingredients that I'm coming to find that people work with. So definitely one I want to try working with.
yeah, it's a unique ingredient. I know Second City makes some phenomenal
Oh,
meads with that'll numb. Its main thing is it'll numb your tongue essentially if you use enough. Um,
gotcha.
so it's interesting um, having a mead and kind of having that numbing spice to it.
I had for the first time this I think it was over like Memorial Day weekend or something. There was a brewery that had those buzz flowers that like numb your tongue or change your taste buds or whatever. That was a trip. They had a beer for their anniversary that they paired with that. I can't remember what it was now, but it was wild eating those flowers and drinking that beer and stuff. I wonder if there's something that you guys could do with something like that. But they don't let the wine guys do anything fun,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, all about experimenting, trying new stuff like that.
right?
So you'll have to send me the link to whatever that is, and I'll give it a
Oh
try.
yeah, yeah. I'll get you over that information. Um, so as you mentioned, you're trying and experimenting with things that you were not necessarily something you've done in the too much in the past, like sessions and ciders and stuff like that. You guys obviously plan on releasing and grape wines releasing a full breadth of product types. I'm assuming that's going to range from dry to sweet and everything in between. You're going to basically try to hit as many notes as possible and just appeal to as many people as possible.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal. I mean, even right now we're working with a Guide and Anchor, a local branding company,
Cool.
to help with our logo and everything, and they've kind of renamed us, rebranded us Klausing's Mead and More,
Yeah.
um, based on our desire to offer wine, cider, non-alcoholic,
Yeah.
options, mead. So that'll definitely be something we're going to focus on. We don't want to be a just mead. Um, we want to be able to offer, something for everyone, whether that's dry wine or dry mead or, a weird cider that they've never had, like Pathological Passion. Um,
Yeah.
so, I mean, that'll be the main goal, is to offer stuff that people have, never had at a meadery or a winery,
Gotcha.
along with, the things they expect, like the black currant vanillas and,
The big berry
blueberry.
bombs and stuff.
Yeah. So we don't want
Gotcha.
to we don't want to get stuck in a one hole of we do this. So
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get pigeon-toed into something like that, it seems really difficult to kind of escape that well,
yeah,
pigeonhole.
yeah, and I mean we enjoy drinking. I like everything.
Yeah.
So from beer to wine to cider, I enjoy it all. So it'll be good to make it all, and you know
Yeah.
hopefully
Now,
make it quality.
for sure. You guys have been known to pour at certain festivals and events and stuff like that while you were homebrewing stuff. Now, do you have to put that on the pause while you're going commercial? Are you still allowed to do that, or is it a whole different beast altogether?
Uh, should be still fine.
Oh,
I mean, we
good.
haven't gone through any of the TTB licensing, anything like that yet.
Sure.
The only, I mean, the festivals that we pour at are either homebrew festivals or small batch festival
Right.
in Chicago. And that's just, I mean, we accept no payment.
Right.
We give it away for free. And so
Gotcha. So
there's
it's
no,
not really any conflict.
yeah, I mean, Indiana, they let homebrewers pour at festivals. And
Nice.
so, I mean, I have license to pour in Indiana and Illinois and all that stuff. So
Gotcha.
the only put it on hold would be that, as we start making less, as we like hold off to go commercial, we won't have enough product to give away for free. So
Right. Yeah, that definitely gets to be a nice balancing act there between still trying to market your product and let people know that you're still out there, you haven't gone away, and still retain enough to, maintain a profitable business.
yeah, it's tough. And yeah, and with the kiddo in the house,
Oh yeah.
9-month-old, it's tough to find time to make and
Oh
bottle.
yeah.
But right now I have a 15-gallon barrel with a traditional mead in it. I have a 10-gallon barrel with a collab I'm doing with Tuber Meadery in Netherlands.
Oh
Um,
nice.
I have, 2 other 5-gallon batches that are probably ready to bottle. So I got a lot waiting to get bottled. So
Yes.
just not enough time to do it.
Oh dude. I'm dying for a freaking Klausing Tuber collab. That's freaking awesome. I came up on your collab bottle with Fox's Den, so I got that waiting for me. I'm super excited about that.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Um, so you got said planning on being open-ish by the end of 2024, say in a year's time or so. What's the next real big step for you guys? Is it going to be getting the design done and then getting the licensing done, or are you guys just kind of waiting on that while you get something bigger going even behind the scenes? Because that's just, a waiting game.
Yeah, the next things on the roadmap for us are we should have finalized branding, our whole branding package done. Um, I forget, next
Nice.
month or so. Hopefully by the end of this month, we'll have the commercial architect plans finalized.
Cool.
So once we have that, we can reach out to our contractor and to banks to kind of, get that
Get your
finalized cost and building there. And once we have the branding done, we can start to offer merch and
That was going to be
glassware.
my next question.
So that'll allow us to offer merch and glassware because that's something we can sell and get money for. But obviously, got to have that done to be able to offer that.
Yeah. Here's a question, since how everybody was asking about collabs. We were talking about collabs earlier. Are you gonna give any homebrewers the opportunity to do some collabs like you were doing collabs with some of these other guys?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep the collabs going. I
Yes.
love it. I love the community. I love everyone that I've made friends with in
Nice.
Sugar Belt, and definitely keep those collaborations going.
Yes.
Mm.
I want a Klausing Elements Ambrosery collab, and I need a Klausing Seventh Circle collab.
We got a 7th Circle coming soon.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone's gonna like it because it's a Malort barely, or Malort.
Ah, you sons of bitches.
I mean,
I mean,
like
I'll
it.
still drink it, but god damn
Yeah,
it.
I like it, but not many people else will.
No, I have a severe distaste for, like, I had a shot of it here, like from somebody in Phoenix, and it wasn't terrible. But then at um, Sugar Belt, freaking, he might even still be watching. Is he still in here watching with Jimmy? Freaking bombards me with a goddamn Malort flaming hot Cheetos shot just like out of nowhere. I'm in the middle of doing a live stream. He's like, "Here, drink this," and spins me around, and I chug it, and I about lost my cookies and everything. But it I think that might have been kind of just a bad experience, but I'll definitely give it a shot because I'm sure it'll add some unique character to a mead that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. That's such a unique spirit as it is.
Yeah, it's an apple mead that we'll hit with some ruby red grapefruit, and then Malort, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Malort soaked
Yeah.
oak. We'll see how that works out, and it'll be a sweeter one. So
Cool. Hey, man. I know there's several, like, I think Tony's done a couple over at Manic, and I think, I don't know if Peter did one at Second City. I think Brian over at Impossible did one. So I know there's definitely a few Malort meads going out. So
yeah,
I'll definitely have to give that one a shot. That sounds pretty freaking neat.
yeah. Mannequin Standard do some good ones. Kind of inspired us to do it. So
Now, yeah, Malort's like a Chicago, they're based out of Chicago, right?
yeah,
Was it hard to get one of their barrels? Or they, I mean, I don't know if they're like sought after or if they're kind of just like readily available. They might have a lot of them, I would imagine.
This one I didn't get a barrel. Yeah, that I don't know if it's hard to get, but
Oh,
it's just American oak that has been soaked
oh,
in Malort
oh,
for
gotcha.
American oak cubes soaked for 3 months,
Oh, well,
and so
hey man, I think it'll
similar.
still be,
It's the cheap way to get it done, quick and easy way to get it. Get
yeah.
that character.
Now,
So,
is there anything that you're definitely 100% dead set on not bringing over from the homebrew days, or something that just like, no, I'm just not doing this. I can't do this again.
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's good. That means there's nothing that just stands out as a blaring sore thumb.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had many drain pours.
Yeah.
Obviously, I, I've done blackcurrant key lime one that was maybe a little too tart,
Ooh,
so I didn't share that one
that's
with any. But that won't be anything I make that I don't like. I'm not gonna never make it again. I'm gonna try to
dialing it
tweak it
in.
to make it something that's approachable to everyone. So I wouldn't say
Gotcha.
there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing I'm not gonna do as I go commercial from when I went as a
That's fair.
home mead maker.
That's a nice positive way of thinking. I like that, Jeremy. Way to go.
Yeah, thanks.
Um, is there any ingredients that you're wanting to, or any I guess you pretty much work with the breadth of everything. I gotta say, is there anything you haven't worked with that you're, dying to try on a commercial scale?
Uh, I haven't done elderberries before,
Ooh,
so I'm looking forward to maybe doing something with that. But yeah, I mean, I have over 150 batches,
yeah.
unique
So
batches
you're,
is mead, and so it's definitely
it,
not afraid to experiment with things. So maybe
yeah.
I just kind of being able to afford ingredients
Oh, oh
instead of
yeah. That's well, like we were saying earlier. You'd be, up when you upscale those batch sizes, more honey comes with it. More honey. I mean, yeah, you can get it at a bulk price when you're buying it in larger sizes, but that don't make it any easier. Just pay $1,800 for a drum of honey or whatever
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, I've been getting 5-gallon buckets for a while now, so it's
Building up those guns, lifting them
yeah.
pails,
Oh yeah.
dude.
I usually make the mead in my kitchen and then move it into the basement
Oh,
in the mead room. So it's usually it's heavy.
yeah. So you're carrying that shit up and downstairs. No, what you're definitely putting in some,
Yeah.
getting in some steps those days. Good Lord.
So, but yeah,
Very cool.
I'd say yeah, elderberry's the only thing. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. Obviously, the wine, red wine,
Mm,
and orange wine and things like that will
yeah,
be fun to kind of dabble a little more into. I
yeah.
made a piquette recently,
Ooh,
which
I'm not sure I know what that is.
it's I took it's like when you take the grapes from a wine, and you rack water onto it, and it makes like a low ABV um,
Oh,
wine from just the used grapes or pressed grapes. But I did that with this Magnolia
oh,
batch, which is Cab
yeah.
Sauv grapes and Marion berries. So after I was
Ooh,
done fermenting this thick 13-14% mead, I took pressed it and took those grapes and those berries, and I racked on like a 3% mead on top and let it ferment for 2 more weeks.
nice.
And I got it got me like a dry 6% or so mead,
Cool.
um, with a nice color and easy drinker. So that'll be nice to be able to kind of
Yeah.
experiment with those, reusing the grapes and the fruit or something
Now,
similar.
have you made a whole lot of sessions before, or is this like you're just now starting to? Because I'm not sure I've had many sessions from you. Just that maybe the cider was a bit on the sparkling side.
I've made a few, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My first competition award was a session traditional,
Oh,
um,
nice.
back in 2020. I forget, 2019 maybe. Um, I like doing traditional sessions, but I've done some tea inspired ones. I did a Belgian wit
Ooh.
inspired one. So I used a wheat yeast and coriander orange peel. I just did a bomb pop one for the meat or for the beer fest that I poured at.
Oh, wow.
So
Speaking of yeast, there was a question. Let me see if I can scroll back here. Somebody was wanting you to bring back some glitter meads, some glitter sessions that you did.
I did have glitter in the bomb pop one, but
Oh, wow.
I think he's talking about my watermelon one. That
Oh, was that sparkly?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
sparkling.
sparkling, not like, okay, I got you.
It was both. I think it was
Oh,
both. Yeah.
there we go. Rube the Cube asked quite a while ago, any thoughts to experiment with yeast strains in a customer interactive way? I'm not quite sure what a customer interactive way to go is, but I mean, I know you definitely are not afraid to vary your yeast strains.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, definitely
Yeah,
down for customer input on what yeast to use. But
yeah,
I use any and all yeast I can get my hands on.
yeah,
I generally stick to yeast that I can maintain the temperature pretty well because I don't use temperature control.
right.
So I'm not going to use, you know, ones that need a super cold environment. So that's
Some
kind of the ones.
D47 or something, yeah,
Yeah, I don't use D47 never or like BA11.
right.
Few other ones, I don't use lager yeast. I use like a lot of Kvike, D21, DV10,
Yes,
D254,
yes,
um, RC212. So I like the ones that kind of can handle the hotter temperatures and
same
throw off some clean uh, flavors there.
notes. Yeah,
Yeah,
something you don't have to worry about, like you said, watching the temperature on it. Yeah, I've got one going right now. I started with a 71B, and it's been right around like 75, 80 degrees the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know how well this is going to play out,
yeah. There's
but
so many
we'll see
yeasts
what
out there.
happens.
Love
Yeah,
love experimenting with those.
absolutely. So you guys are having fun doing this. I'm assuming I mean, you wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. It's one of those things that's like stressful, but in a fun way. Because I mean, you wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't, fun.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's fun right now.
But the end goal, the
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
end
end
the end
goal.
product is to have like you said, a nice fun, I don't know, like dark academia type of vibe to it, or this like kind of like you said, that New Orleans speakeasy vibe. I'm here for it. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm dying to get out there and check it out once you guys have it up and running.
Yeah, the end goal is we're excited. Obviously, it's fun planning, thinking about the things that we're gonna be able to offer and um, what the tap room might look like, and being able to have parties and friends visit. So it's
Yeah,
exciting to be able to look forward to having a spot for us and for everyone that's ever had one of our meads or wants to try it and be able to visit.
yeah.
So it's
Ooh, looks like we got a question from Mr. Brulahan here. Says if you sharpened your saw without temperature control, do you plan on jacketing tanks with glycol with the commercial project? That's a fantastic question. You're going to upgrade that eventually, or are you going to just kind of just continue your current method?
I think we'll continue the current method. There's uh, obviously once we start dabbling more with cider, I think we'll probably kind of make that upgrade to jacketed glycol because I know
Yeah,
cider likes to throw off some of those off flavors, but
when it's warm. Yeah,
yeah, uh, I don't. At some point, that'll be the ultimate um, upgrade for us to be able to have jacketed glycol temperature control, especially for our cider or traditionals, to be able to dial in those traditionals a little more with different yeasts. But
yeah.
as we start off, that's not a focus or something we want to sink our money into at the start.
That's definitely not off the table come the
No,
future.
yeah, that's definitely something I've planning, thought about. Um, it's just like a year two, year three.
Gotcha. And see, Jackie Angel comes in with a question. What are you thinking for the more part of your meads and more? Any sours? So you definitely discussed fruit wines, grape wines, ciders, those types of things. But yeah, I mean, are you gonna? I'm seeing excuse me, I don't know if she means sours, like as in sour beers, but do you guys plan on carrying products from other, like have like beers on tap or any of that type of stuff if laws allow?
Yeah, so we won't be able to make our own beer, but we definitely,
No, no.
yeah, that's a different license in Indiana. But we definitely want to offer beer and wine from other people.
Okay, yeah,
We want to. My goal is to be able to partner up with a few Chicago breweries to offer beers that you can't
right.
find in Indianapolis because they don't distro. I know there's some.
Gotcha.
I've spoken with some already, and Indiana's a headache, so they
Oh,
don't distro for a reason to Indiana, but um, that's part of it. But the more itself is more in tune with us offering our own house made wine or cider sessions,
right.
non-alcoholic, honey seltzers and other things, hop waters, uh,
Gotcha.
things like that, and then ultimately having something for everyone.
Yep. Being able to reach as many people as possible and being able to offer as many products to as wide of a customer base to, gotta get those repeat customers. And it's nice that you're in a kind of well, I mean you're in a residential area, so it'll make a lot of foot traffic. It'll make foot traffic a lot easier for you guys to come across because unfortunately some of these meaderies are in some like really industrial areas, which is nice when you want to work late and be loud and clang. You don't have to worry about any of that, but getting foot traffic in there it becomes real difficult.
Yeah, no, we're in the heart of the neighborhood. So I mean, we have
Yeah.
a coffee shop down the road, a speakeasy right next to us, and then there's also if you watch Good Bones on HGTV,
Mm, yeah.
their retail store is a 30-second walk on the same road. So
Oh wow.
we'll have we'll have that foot traffic from all that.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I think you guys are doing it right, man. I think you guys could run a master class. I mean, when you're all come said and done anyway, on the right ways to go from commercial or from home brewer to commercial mead maker because uh, I mean, I can't see you guys doing anything wrong. This is so many of the things that I talk to people about that you guys are making all the steps that if I wish I could have done it, I would have done it this way. Or, if I was going to do it again, I'd do it over, I'd do it this way. So, again, kudos to you guys for, having, enough foresight to do things the right way, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then a question there, are you planning on a vino shipper? I know that's always kind of a rough thing for guys that are getting started, because a vino shipper takes a cut and you're losing kind of money when you're having to do those things. But is it a plan for the future eventually to be on vino shipper?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Year two, year one, we want to just kind of feel it out. Obviously,
Yeah,
we're not going to distro, uh,
sure.
unless it makes sense.
Yeah.
But Vino Shipper will
What
be
about like
something
a
we want to offer. So yeah,
what about like an Osner or something like that initially, maybe a little bit smaller scale thing?
yeah. That no, Osner will do pretty much for all the releases. I haven't chatted with him yet, but that's is
They're on the radar.
100% what every release will be sold on Osner in my
Gotcha.
mind.
Gotcha. So anybody out there who doesn't have Osner already, go out there, link up with that, start getting yourself a freaking proxy in Indiana, in Indianapolis, and make that happen and everything. Because you're definitely going to want to be on board when Klausing goes commercial. So anything else any other tidbits you want to lay on us and words of wisdom to leave us with? Because, like I said, everybody out there is excited, chomping it to the bit to get themselves some Klausing commercial needs.
No, nothing I can think of. Just I'm gonna
Go go donate to your local animal shelter if you can't get
donate.
into one
Yeah,
of Jeremy's Jeremy's giveaway donation things because we like to support the kitties around here.
yeah. Love the kitties. If you've never had my meat or you ever want it, I'm very generous.
Oh,
Just
very.
message me on Instagram, and more
Yeah,
than happy to get you a box, especially local people. That's
absolutely.
makes it easy, so I don't have to ship. But
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever said no to someone that's messaged me on Instagram, unless I didn't have anything that they wanted.
sure.
But
And
yeah,
there it is, everybody. Buddy, Mr. Jeremy Klausing, thank you so much for joining me tonight, brother. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Again, thank
Yeah,
you for letting me crash at your parents' house during the Sugar Belt event, and hopefully we can see you at a Sugar Belt event in the future. That would be awesome. She said Klausing pours.
that would be nice. Maybe next year, but I don't know if we'll be um,
Quite ready yet?
quite ready. But either way, I'll be there.
Well, if you need help trying to convince Tony to let you in, trust me, I'll advocate as hard as I can.
Yeah, Keith already said I can go whenever we're
Hey,
open. So
if you got Keith's blessing, then man, you're good to go.
yeah, so we'll see it.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, thank you for joining me tonight.
yeah,
I know it was like kind of short notice switcheroo, but I appreciate that. And like I said, anybody out there who's not following Klausing already, go give him some follows. If you want some of his mead, like he said, reach out to him. You guys try to work something out. And best of luck with your continued ventures going commercial, man. And I look forward to speaking with you again in the future, as always.
yeah. Good talking to you. Good seeing you.
You as
Take
well,
it.
man. Yeah, see you. Yeah, see you next time. All right. So, thank you everybody for popping in tonight. Always enjoy talking to Mr. Jeremy Klausing. The dude is a wealth of knowledge, just a great person in general. And I can't say enough good things about him and his products and his family and everything. Like, there's great people. So next week I will be running another interview. I believe either on Tuesday or Wednesday. Got kind of a janky schedule right now, but always be running them at these times. So thank you as always. Check out for them stories to see who we'll be talking to next week. As always, peace.